Welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to cut a neckline, how to turn it without using a pipe or a bias to turn it. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to assume you already cut out your senator style. On this one, I'll be using a slit neck open, as you can see right there in my hand. I'm going to slit it to around 7 inches. But if you want to put a placket in the middle, you can use a placket. Either way, you're still going to open the chest of the senator. So I'm just going to slit this side, so you can follow this step by step to actually get exactly what I'm doing. So we're going to the sewing machine now. So the very first thing you're going to do is the facing that you cut for your front, you're going to use it to turn your neck around. If you're going to put a placket, you're going to use, you're still going to follow exactly the same formula. So just place your facing. Right here is my facing. As you can see, I already slit it open together with the neckline. You can see that. And I'm going to use it to turn the neck. So I already weave the edges. Let me focus this so that you guys can see what I'm doing. I already weave the edges. So make sure the front is facing the front of the fabric. So I'm going to place it there. Make sure your hand is straight when you're stitching that part. Just so it's just do it straight. Make sure your hand is straight. If you're cutting a direct neck, you're just going to like turn it round like that. You know, there won't be a slit there, but on this one there's a slit neck. Or if you want to make a very simple slit neck like this, you can simply follow it around just like that. You see what I'm doing? In case you like this video and you have a video you want me to make a video about, I'll put a link in the description below where you can join our WhatsApp group. In the WhatsApp group, all we do is that all the members in the group post a picture every week, and we are all going to vote a particular design up, and I'm going to make a tutorial about it. It is 1,000 naira weekly. If you're interested, you can just do one week and see how it works. It's a very simple process. If your video is voted up, that will be the exact design that we are going to make for the private class. So the next thing you're going to do on this one is that you're going to make a notch at those edges. So I'm going to notch this one right here, you can see, and on this one I'm going to notch each of the cuff side. You can see that. I'm going to notch it, and I'm going to notch the other one, so that when you're turning it, it won't be wrinkling or rumbling. You can see that. So I'm just going to make a notch right here so I can easily turn it. So I'm going to take this to the ironing table now so you can see what it's going to look like after turning. And you know that if your own design does not have a slit neck, you're just going to turn it straight. So this is what we have. You see that? That's what it's going to look like. I put an hemming gum at the edge so that it won't be rumbling at all. It will be straight. So you guys can see that. So the next thing we're going to turn will be our back. So I believe you already cut your back yoke or back facing, whatever you call it. So the next thing we're going to do now is to use the facing to turn it. On this facing, I did not apply any fusing because I want it to be plain and very simple, and I don't want it to be adding any to adding. So I only use hemming gum to fold the edge of the yoke. So as you can see, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to like stitch the neck round. I'll be stitching like 1/4 of an inch at the edges, as you can see. Make sure your hand is straight. So make sure the front is facing the front of the fabric like that. So I'm going to stitch that. Make sure your hand is very straight. So that is it. So after you seal that part, next thing you're going to do is you're going to make a notch at the edges. You can see that. Just make a notch. Just make a notch round, and you're going to turn it also and give it a thorough ironing. You see that? So after ironing it, that's when we're going to like key it to the next side. Okay, so after ironing, I'll be joining the front together with the back. You can see that. So all you have to do is just to place your bodice on the machine. Make sure the front of the bodice, wait, let me show you something. The front of the bodice, okay, just like this, the front of the bodice has to be facing the front of the machine. So the front of your back, the one with the yoke, has to be facing you. So you're going to put the shoulder line in between the two, just like that. You can see that. All right, so you can turn it, and I'm going to run 1/2 inch stitch at that side. You can see that. You can see that. 1/2 inch. I'm just going to make sure the lines are straight, and each of the fabric, make sure you straighten them before you stitch on it. Okay, so I'm going to sew it straight now. You can see that. Make sure your hand is straight and you're sewing 1/2 inch, depending on the measurements for your allowance. Here I'm sewing 1/2 inch, just straight. Remember to subscribe if you're yet to subscribe to the channel. Okay, so we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other one also. So we're going to do the same thing here on the other neck, on the other shoulder. Just put it in between. Just put it in between, just like that. Just like that. You're going to sew it straight. Just straight. Make sure your hand is straight. I'll be sewing 1/2 inch here. Same thing you sew on the other side. So you can see it's as simple as A, B, and C. So if you're going to make your placket, you're going to make your placket and insert it inside of the neckline. That's if you're making the one with a placket. So after this, you're going to turn it to the front. Okay, so I want you to pay attention to this. This is very important. Turn it to the front and make sure you push this outside so the neck is firm. You see that? And the other one also, push it outside very well so that the neck is straight. You can see. So this is what we're going to have right here. You see that? This is what the neck is going to look like. You see? It's very simple. All you just have to do is just to give it a thorough ironing. Inside of that edges, let me show you guys something. At this part, in order to make sure it is balanced and straight, I actually cut out that edge. Just trim out that edge out. You see that? You see that? And I'm going to do the same thing here. to do the same thing. Okay, so this is what the neck is going to look like. You can see that so far so good. So if assuming you're putting a placket in between it, you're just going to put the placket in between that slit, so easily, that's all. And you're going to join your back, and you're going to give that place a thorough ironing. So here, after the ironing, you guys can see what we have. From the back, you're going to iron the back, and you're going to iron the front at the shoulder side, so you can easily seal your yoke, your back yoke, or your back facing, whichever you call it. So you're going to like seal that part up. It's as simple as A, B, and C. Very simple tutorial. So I hope you guys enjoyed this so far. If you like to enroll under our private class, it is in the link in the description below. And if you like to see more video on this channel, just hit on the subscribe button and join the family. That's about it on this video. I will see you guys on my next video. Peace, and do enjoy yourself.